And we're back to possibly the slowest Dark Souls playthrough in the history of mankind. This is part 3, and we haven't done anything. However, that may soon change. So, for starters, I'm going to try and show off a shortcut, and let's see how magically I fail. Neat. Only, yeah. And here's our first encounter with a Black Knight. These are special enemies who don't respawn. They don't respawn, but they will kill the hell out of you. Especially me, who is very bad. You can actually chain backstab them if you're good, which I'm not. And I would not advise killing them this way, you know. But hey, it's always good to kill them because they drop very nice things. Ah, Titanite chunk, very handy. He can actually drop his sword. So, I'm in a really stupid place now. And I'm not really sure what I should do. Kinda screwed up my order. So, this is actually a usable door. Don't ask me how I know that, because I forget. I think I saw it in a video. Someone clipped through this wood, and they opened a door, which is just behind the stone. It doesn't actually lead anywhere other than to death, but it's interesting. It makes you wonder if they ever intended to do something with that. It'd be cool if you could jump over there and see. Well, there's obviously nothing there, but, you know. So, we picked up a ring. Boosts defense whilst HP is low. I believe it gives you 20% defense when you're under 30% health. Try parrying. Oh, we did. We did. So, we've come in a pretty stupid order here. But I will go back and we'll see what we can see. Praise the sun. I like to. What am I doing? Ugh. Praise the sun. There it is. Is someone coming up here? No? I get really freaked out when I can hear footsteps, but no enemy. Happens all the time when you invade someone, I tell you what. Not that I invade much, I'm a nice guy. I don't invade people and, like, kill them and stuff. Ow. Short sword. Basically a rubbish version of the long sword. Oh, it's not that bad, but, you know, why would you use something that has less range? Ow! Ooh. And right here we have a useless ledge. Okay, maybe it's got some use for PvP and stuff, but honestly it's just fun to stand here when people invade you and wait for them to find you. So we've really screwed up the order here, but let's see what we can do. Well, we rocked his world for a starter. Ah, and you see we just got a humanity in the upper left. we can use that for several things. And we will. As soon as I... And yes, you can roll through furniture, because Sivmon is a douche, and he breaks people's crap with his face. Let's have a quick look up here. Ah, so this door is normally locked, but you can open it with either the key we bought from the merchant in the last video, or you can open it with the master key. And the thief class starts with the master key. And there we have some gold pine resin. That is basically a consumable that when you use it, it gives your weapon a very neat effect, like a weapon glow. It also gives you a very nice damage buff. And at this point in the game, it's incredibly powerful. Okay, let's Now, some of my subscribers have been saying that I need to stop summoning people. I mean, yeah, I can play the game without summoning people, but, you know, I like to summon people. So now we're going to offer humanity, top left, and you'll see it goes down to 0, and we're going to reverse hollowing, which... Ta-da! And now we can see his manly chest hair. He's a human again. So what this means is now that we're human, we can summon other players to help us. On the flip side, we can also be invaded. But, you know, this is sort of the true Dark Souls experience, I think. Some people think it's unfair that you can be invaded, but if you don't like being invaded, just stay hollow, you know, risk reward. But I like to summon players, because I like co-op. So, here we have our stats. Vitality increases your health. Does it do anything else? I don't think so. Attunement gives you attunement slots, and those are basically where you equip your spells. So one spell takes up one slot, and so forth. So some spells take up more than one. Endurance increases your stamina and your equip load. So it's... I would say it's the most important stat. Strength... Strength is pretty self-explanatory. Strength increases your damage with strength weapons. Dexterity increases your damage with dex weapons. Resistance is a completely pointless stat for the most part. You just never raise resistance. Intelligence is for casting sorceries. Faith is for miracles. But my advice at the start of the game is just to increase vitality and endurance until you get a hang for things and decide what sort of weapon you want to use. And a lot of people like to take their strength up and get the Drake sword, but to be honest, just don't. Just don't. It's dumb. And what? Okay, that was like a clone of Sivmont. Maybe it was Silvermont. Okay, whatever. So now... Ah! Ta-da! Ow! That was really stupid of me. You should always kill enemies before interacting with signs. So, we just tried to summon someone. Did it work? Let's see. It didn't work. That is a trick I figured out on the Xbox version, and obviously works on the PC version too. When you summon someone, if they show up in your recent players as soon as you start the summoning process, then it worked. If it didn't, then the summoning will fail. So I've heard that there's a lot of issues with summoning in the PC version, and I guess we'll see. I've mostly played on the Xbox version before, which, frankly, it has a terrible community. It's just so many people modding, it's ridiculous. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've probably seen some of that. But, you know, there's always loads of people to summon, but maybe this is for the best. We'll wait. We'll do one quick round and see if anyone's there for summoning. If not, well, we'll do it ourselves. As people exclaim I should. If we get invaded, we'll get absolutely wrecked, because the invaders will probably have an elemental weapon and stuff. But whatever. Still having frame rate issues. Which, I wonder if that is the way I'm recording. I'm using DX Taurus, in case you're wondering. I would use fraps, but the limits on it are so pathetically puny. Like, was it a 4 GB limit? And my recordings are getting up to like 30 GB. Which I think is mostly because DX3 records it only outputs to AVI. Which, you know, AVI is, yeah, it's AVI. It's old, it's clunky, it's huge. But it does work. MP4 would be sort of the alternative, but apparently that would take a big hit to the not the quality, but the performance, because it would have to encode the video as it records. Still no one here, huh? I'm not gonna be insane enough to fight Havel. There's the Civermont clone again. You can kill Havel in your starting gear, but it takes such a long time. And sometimes he gets super lucky with his freaky attacks. And who is Havel? I'll show him off, I might as well. Actually, no, we'll kill him later. And we'll see him then. This is not a good situation to be in, because we're getting backed into a corner. And you never want to get backed into a corner in this game. Nice trap. And we see that he dropped a longsword. Which we already have, but you know, never hurts to have two. Okay, we've cleared out this area. Now let's go check one more time. In case you couldn't tell, I really like doing co-op. It's, you know, come to think of it, it's probably because I'm low level. That might be it. I think most people are generally above level 10 there. And level is the main thing that affects your summonings. So for example, level 15 can summon another level 15, and someone who's within, say, 10 levels of them. Okay. But a level 40 can't summon a level 10. Very nice. And that was a crystal lizard, which, they are enemies that run away and vanish, and they sometimes respawn if you miss them, and they drop useful crafting materials. And here's our first boss. Of course, you want to take out these guys first. Get rid of them. So you really don't need to be fighting a boss whilst having crossbows shot at you. Well, I suppose they're bolts, aren't they? Although, it would be pretty funny if they threw their crossbows at you. Funny for me, not for them. And yes, this is the way anyone who's having trouble with these guys should go. So our gold pine resin increased our damage a lot. Ooh, nice attack, Taurus demon. So you might be thinking, why didn't I just stay up where I was? Oh, wow. That was really stupid of me. Yeah, always wait for an enemy to hit before you try and heal, until you have an opening. What am I doing, other than failing miserably? Okay. So talking and playing is clearly not my strong point, but let me think. Right. So you can't really stand up at the top area where I jumped down from, because if you do that, he will jump up. Which is why I call him the tourist demon. Because he likes going on vacations to places he really should not go. You know, that is actually the first time I've died on Taurus demon since probably 2011. Depressingly. But, you know, it probably wouldn't be as fun to watch if I didn't die now and then. If I was Mr. Perfect. And of course, I die on Taurus Demon and somehow don't die on the Black Knight, who I normally always do die on. They're perfectly logical. I can tell this playthrough's going to be a barrel of chuckles. And you really shouldn't run past enemies like that. It's a dumb thing to do. And you can see they're all trying to get through the door. Idiots. And I wasted a resin, which is not good at all. But we'll try this again. Still here? Nah, they're gone. So let's try this again. Let's hopefully not fail. In fact, yeah, I'll show what happens if you stand up here. It's whoa, laggy frame rate. Okay, let's get him away. Oh, yeah. So I have a bad habit of rolling into enemy attacks intentionally, but it's not really a very smart thing to do. You can see this is taking off his health like crazy. You can run and get a quick 2 hits. Never get too greedy with your attacks. It's always good to be patient in this game. So we've got him where we want him now. Let's... Okay. Let's hope that he doesn't smash the shit out of us whilst we're on the ladder. Ow. So, you can see he's looking up at us, and... yeah. Yep, that's what happens. And now you're going to be fighting him up here. But hey, this might be preferable, you know? That's what you typically should do. Roll away, like into, like if an attack's coming from left to right, you should roll left, not right. Up. So, you can also make him fall down, but, you know, I've never actually managed that by myself. Oh. See, he was actually backing away, then he might have done it. Ah, whatever. Victory achieved. Homeward Bone, humanity, very nice. Very nice. I did it. Be wary of happiness. So these souls I'm picking up, you can basically use them whenever you want. And, oh look, a bridge. Now, if you've been playing video games for more than 10 seconds, you should realise there is definitely something suspicious about this. It's like when you go into a big circular room with a save point before it, you know? This is the Dark Souls equivalent of that. And there's... this is what you should always do in Dark Souls. I haven't been doing it so far because, you know, I know the game, but... a body that is looking pretty burnt, and some blackened stone. Or is that oil? I'm not quite sure. And we saw a dragon flying up this way. Oh. Yeah. That's why you look before you leap, so to speak. It's, oh. I think we all know who this is. Only the best character. Whom I have a shirt of.
Ah, hello.
Or 2, maybe.
You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
He's also laughing. Everyone's laughing, apart from Sivmon. Probably because he looks like a sausage. But you can see we are very, very high up here. And we're going even higher. Oh, and there's the sun peeking out through the clouds.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, in a land brimming with hollows, could that... So what do you say? Why not?
Of course. I always like jolly cooperation.
This pleases me greatly. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure, There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature.
I want to be one.
By its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So he gave us...
Oh, I love the sun.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent. So he gave us a... this. When we use this, it leaves... it leaves that, and this will appear in other players' worlds, and when they use it, it will summon me. Well, not me. It will summon Sivmont to their world. Yeah? What up? Gonna breathe fire? No? Yes? Seriously? Oh, you can see Firelink Shrine down there. He's probably gonna toast me whilst I'm looking, but you can see Firelink Shrine barely. And... oh! Yeah. That will be going to that castle all the way up there. Like above the walls. So this is the Hellkite Drake. He's pretty much a douchebag, but you can kill him. Not easily, but you can. So, oh yeah, that's because we changed area, but and here is a very handy shortcut. And now we can use this ladder. And if you press B on a ladder, that must hurt his hands like sin, but... okay, now we have 13, 13, 13. Let's go up to 15 vitality and 15 endurance. And now... okay, we still don't have enough for that, but... we still have some souls left, but... let's give this a shot. Can we roll? Can we roll? Yes, we can. So, now I have a rapier in one hand and a long sword in the other. Well, actually it's the same hand, but I'm just swapping slots. Now, this is a thrusting sword, which means I can defend and attack at the same time. we will most likely be using rapiers a lot. Oh. That was a close one. So this is a very handy shortcut you can take. Because... yeah, that's nice. You can breathe Nintendo 64 fire. There we go. So if you wait for him to hop down, you can run past him. And then, you can use the bonfire. And he's coming back. He was too slow. And now he's gonna fly off. But yes, the rapier, the one big advantage of it, why people love to use it in PvP, is... you see, it's still on the same enemy, so we can check. You can't kick though with a rapier, you will do that instead. It has a very high critical modifier. So, how much did it crit? I can't even remember. Where are you going? That was 100, and I think it hit the other guy for 161. And here's a claymore. Oh, he's still alive. Yeah. So we just picked up the claymore. But it makes us roll slow, so we won't use it yet. But very popular weapon, and I'll explain why later. But we are gonna not use it yet. So here we have a destroyed statue. And there will be some significance to this later on. The feet look rather like Gwyn's, funnily enough. Seems to be a broken dragon slaying spear. The hands, too, have the same bracelets that Gwyn has. A shame we can't see more features, but I believe this is going to call it for part 3. Next time we will take on the Bell Gargoyles. Who could that be a statue of? Who knows? Well, until next time.